done a Dr. Aron update in over a year. And I kind of explained in my last blog post that I kind of let my blog take the back burner this past year. But I'm back every second Monday of the month. And I'm sticking to it. And I'm here to let you know how things have been going. Part of the reason why it's taken me so long to do another update is because I kind of felt like I had no positive news. Basically, it's just pretty much been the same. There's been, and last year, I think I said it in the last blog post as well, last year I had some pretty bad breakouts and anxiety that was tied into that because I was like, what's going on? Why am I not healing? Why is this happening? So it got pretty dark during certain times. But again, like I said in the last blog post, I'm going to stop referencing that, I promise. But, I'm trying new things this year, including positive thoughts. But the main thing that was stopping me was that I didn't want to use a stronger prescription, which is what Dr. Aron recommended, but I'm stubborn and don't follow directions well. I know that about myself. But I kind of just felt like I was going down the same path that I had been on, where I was just addicted to steroids again. So I was like, well, what's the point? If I get a stronger prescription, this is just gonna happen again. And so actually I did end up getting the stronger prescription. I'm currently following Dr. Sebi's food guide, which is basically an alkaline vegan food guide, the purpose of it is to take the acidity out of the body and eliminate mucus, which is the cause of disease, according to Dr. Sebi. And I've been wanting to transition to an alkaline vegan diet for like a year or two, but it was just hard. I just kept letting other things get in the way, and like I would stick to it for like a week or 2 weeks and then just completely fall off. And so this month I did a fruit and vegetable fast, and I actually stuck to it. It wasn't 100% Dr. Sebi approved, but for the most part, it's like the most I've ever stuck to any of these diets. But before I get to how that went, I'm going to talk about. So I ran out of my prescription, and it was kind of like it was a lot to get in to see my dermatologist because she changed practices, and they were like, you need a referral from another dermatologist, you need this, you need that. And I was like, I saw her before, can I just get in to see her? And eventually that's why I ended up getting an appointment. But I was like, I said that in the first place, like, were y'all not listening? So I was really frustrated about that. But I got in to see her, and she agreed to prescribe the stronger prescription that Dr. Aron recommended. And there was actually like a week, maybe 2 weeks, where I was really low on my current prescription and I was waiting to get the new one. And I was like rationing it out and using like one application a day, and then eventually I ran out. And my skin, I did respond and I did break out, but not as bad as I expected to. And so I kind of just didn't even want to use the new prescription at all I wanted to see how my body would have handled that, and how my body would have handled not using the medication at all. But I only did that for a few days because I was in rehearsal for a show. I'm doing Rock of Ages at Fifth Avenue Theater. And I'm dancing a lot and sweating a lot. And my neck was really, really breaking out. And I had like it was like open skin. And it was itching and burning like crazy. And I was like, I can't. Right now is just not a good time to do that. So I went back on the medication. And I've been on it for like 2 weeks. I still have eczema. It's cleared up a little bit. But, you have to like, according to Dr. Aron, you have to like hit it hard and then taper down. So I was kind of listening to my dermatologist, who was like, you can only, like, she was like, using it more than 2 times a day isn't really going to make a difference. But Dr. Aron recommended 5 times a day and then tapering down. And I was trying the whole 2 times a day, and that hasn't really been working. So I'm going to up it to 5 times a day and then taper down. But it's kind of like, again, I kind of feel like I'm just in the same boat, because I'm going to see what happens after I up the daily dosage. But I kind of feel like I'm in the same boat, because I'm like, okay, I got this stronger prescription, but I'm still breaking out. Like my neck still itches a lot. You can see, I'll show you like my chest. It's still broken out here and here. And it's just, this area is just like constantly inflamed. Like I don't remember the last time that it's been calm. So that's what's been going on with the medication. As far as my diet, like I said, I did do a fruit and vegetable fast for January. And now I'm still sticking to the Dr. Sebi food guide, but I'm adding in like other things that are beyond fruit and vegetables, but mainly sticking to fruit and vegetables. And I will say, I've kind of been going ham with the fruit sugars. I just have a problem. Like, I'll go to Trader Joe's and buy a bag of the dried mango, and it'll be gone by the time I get home. I have a problem, and I understand that. So for February, my goal is to really lower my intake of fruit sugars, because I know that my body responds negatively to too much sugar. And so that might be why my skin is still angry. Because at this point, I think it's just clear to me that it's something internal that I have to work out, because no matter what I use topically, my skin is still breaking out. So I'm going to calm down with the fruit sugars. And I'm also going to be more strict about sticking to Dr. Sebi's food guide this month and on, to see if, any changes happen. And really what I would like to do is do a fast, but again, January just wasn't a good time because I've been in rehearsal, and I'm in previews for the show now, and like I was dancing in rehearsal and needed energy throughout the day. And you hear a lot of people like fast and they still have energy, but I don't know if I'm that person. So I eased into it with the fruit and vegetable fast, and then the next time I'll probably just do liquids like smoothies, soups, juices, and stuff like that. But right now I'm doing what I can while I'm still working and learning to give myself grace in the process, because I have a very big tendency to be very hard on myself and say, you're not doing enough. It's not working because of you, and this X, Y, and Z because of this that you did. So I'm learning to give myself grace and trust the process, even though sometimes I feel like I'm just walking blindly, like, is this gonna heal me? Is this gonna heal me? But I trust God, and I trust that this is all happening for a reason. What I didn't do is show you my skin, so I'll show you. So this is what's going on with my hands. The insides of my wrists, they used to be real bad. They're not right now, so that's good. And then I have, you can see on my arms what's going on. Over the summer, I've dealt with like off and on light patches over my arms, and like even, oh, the lighting's not, okay, you can see that light patch there and there. And here it's just constantly inflamed. It just never goes down. My other arm, I don't really have any patches on my legs. I have like 2 patches on my back. So it's gone up and down this past year, where there's been times where it's been like on the backs of my knees and my calves really bad, and even like spots on my thighs, my lower back. So it's really just like my neck, my face, hands, the insides of my elbows, and 2 patches on my back. That's what's going on now. So it has been much worse than this. So I'm grateful that it's not that right now. That pretty much covers it, but just I'm learning to give myself grace during this process and just trust it, even though it's very frustrating. But after my show closes, and I'm going to have some time off, I am going to stop using the steroids and continue with the diet and see if my body can heal itself, because at this point it feels like the Dr. Aron method isn't working for me. And yes, I know I'm stubborn. I didn't follow the directions immediately like I should have, but now I am, and we're going to see how that works. And depending on how that works, but at the end of the day, I don't want to have to use the steroids at all. And so the Dr. Aron method, for some people, they do completely get off of the steroids, but some people still have to use them, once a week or twice a week. And that's not something that I want to have to do. So we're going to see what happens. I also spoke with my therapist today, and one thing that I want to share, she gave me some really good, really like when you're changing your habits and the way that you think, one thing that she said that really sticks out to me right now is like, it's like giving brain surgery to yourself to rewire the way that you operate. And so we worked on like negative thoughts that I deal with daily or throughout the week, and thinking of, you know, kind of like affirmations to say, or like phrases to say to myself when those negative thoughts come up. So like the things that we talked about were healing, body image, being enough, and having everything that you need. And so this 2018 was a lot of like, why am I not healing? Why is this not working? A lot of negative thoughts going into my body about what's going on, and how I feel. And so moving forward in this year, my big goal is to speak positive thoughts. And even though I'm not seeing necessarily what I would like to see right in the moment, the thought is, you know, my healing is being manifested, and I trust the process that my body is going through. So whatever you're going through, I encourage you to speak positive thoughts, because it has such a huge impact on the way that you operate and the way that you feel. And I think, you know, the reason why 2018 was so hard for me was because I was stuck in such negative thought patterns, and I just kept pushing myself down lower and lower and lower, and then going, why do I feel like this? So I encourage you to speak positive thoughts, and I will be back with another update soon. It's not going to take me like a year and a half like it did this time. And I'll let you know how it's going. But as always, thanks for watching. And if you like what you see, subscribe, like, follow the blog. I will be updating the second Monday of March. All right.